think at one time or another we've all questioned as to whether all that we see and are experiencing in our world has some sort of a rational plan behind it. Because we understand now that both the Republican and the Democratic Party in our country are basically run by the same people. The same money finances both sides. We know, of course, that we cannot depend on our leaders. Our leaders are misleaders. There is a science that they're following. They have their own agenda, and it doesn't include you.
Global control and global corruption. What is it? Here I want to discuss some of the forms that comes in and how it can subconsciously and physically affect us. They need to make us feel inferior, trapped in our own mental, trapped in our own body, even though we are capable of so much more.
And you are all in school and you all have a lot of teachers and a lot of people around you that tell you all day what you have to do, but it is your right to choose what you do and don't do. It is your right to choose what you believe in and what you don't believe in. It is your right to curate your life. I don't like wasting my time spending days just shaking people's hands and smiling, taking selfies. It feels shallow to my existence. I have a lot more to offer than my image. I don't like being used to make people money. I feel sad when I am overworked and that I've just become a money-making machine and that my passion and my creativity take a back seat. That makes me unhappy. So what did I do? I started to say no. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. That person has an opinion. That person doesn't say yes. That person doesn't get a text from somebody and say, oh my God, they wrote this and they sent this emoji. Should I write this back? What do you think? Is that okay to say? Are they going to like me if I say that? Should I say something different? This is the age that we live in. We're not actually communicating with each other. We are unconsciously communicating lies.
Elon Musk, the co-founder of Neuralink and PayPal, and also Tesla. He has a very interesting idea on where control and mental control of the mind, the brain, the body will go in the future. It's interesting when he fuses the fact that we might not know the difference between reality and a virtual world.
Well, the argument for the simulation, I think, is quite strong, because if you assume any improvement at all over time, any improvement, 1%, 0.1%, just extend the time frame, make it 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. What would civilization, if you counted, if you're very generous, civilization is maybe 7,000 or 8,000 years old, if you count it from the first writing. This is nothing. This is nothing. So if you assume any rate of improvement at all, then games will be indistinguishable from reality. Or civilization will end. One of those two things will occur.
Elon Musk owns Neuralink. Neuralink produces or designs, is in the process of designing, microchips that can be inserted into the brain and the spinal cord to fix illnesses like dementia, Alzheimer's, even people that are unable to walk. The issue is he feels that it will be taken out of context and used against people in war. And this is definitely something that needs to be thought out and processed before any of this is used in the public. But is this something they will do? I'm not sure about that. In China, there is a system of multiple CCTV cameras joined to a network that is provided to the public if they so wish to take it on board. What they are told is that this is going to protect them, when really what this is a credit score, a digital credit score. They mark the credit score down depending on what they eat. Yep, the cameras are also in the stores, depending on what bus stop they sit at, depending on what car they drive, depending on what bottle of water they buy. They will be marked up or down on their credit score. It's a form of control to make everybody do a certain thing, because otherwise they will be marked up or down on a credit score. They are told it's about credit score and safety. Really, in my beliefs, it's about making everyone do the same thing in a system ready for whatever they have to come.
Well, let's see how long it takes you to find me. Thank you very much. Let's go.
我们可以追溯到说，出现每一张脸都可以对应说他的身份证，以及他所经过，比方说在过去1周，我们回溯他的行经路程，我们也做了像人和车的匹配。那同时在人上匹配，还包括亲属关系匹配，然后是你经常接触人员之间匹配。就是当摄像机布到或者我们传感器布到一定密度的时候，其实我们会经常知道你跟谁经常在一起。
So already on this bridge, I can see 1, 2, 3 CCTV cameras. Of course, there's no point hiding from them. Just keep on walking.
Dr. Rauni Leena also had information from the CIA of the processes and torture that they would give to people to gain information, to gain control of them, to practice gaining control of people. A bit like Auschwitz, similar idea. Mark Ultra, similar idea. She outed these people. A year later, she died of cancer, and it is suspicious that some people do have the theory that she was exposed to radiation on purpose and was killed.
And like Peter said, we have to know that we do not get help from the politicians, from the institutes, from the police. The only help we can get is from ourselves. But not one newspaper would pick it up because they're not allowed. You cannot get through to corporate-owned mass media with anything which is important to us. Sometimes during maybe July when the chiefs are gone and there are journalist students, sometimes you can get small things out. And in alternative media, of course, but also that is controlled.
In your first 7 years of life, you are literally programming, repeating, practicing everything you need for the rest of your life. And it's that repetitiveness that the media and the authorities use to program us, that repeating, like adverts on the TV. We subconsciously take that in without even realizing.
95% of our life is coming from the programs of life, how to live life that we get in the first 7 years of life. That's why poor people stay poor and rich people stay rich. The movie The Matrix is not science fiction, it's a documentary. Every human, and it's a fact, Every human, first 7 years is download hypnosis. The brain of a child under 7 is in a lower vibrational frequency. When you put wires on a person's head, you read electroencephalograph, reading brain activity. A child below 7 has a lower vibration than consciousness. It's called theta. Theta is imagination. Oh, that's how kids...